more the fact of having that difference happen from station. Largest the one short of what's to be just over 45 years. Towards the on the right, across the other side of the lake, there's my crop, so 2,000 metres.
This section is showing the workings of this ship's engine, that was built in Dunedin. It was transported in sections, then reassembled in Queenstown. As the river to the lake was not usable to sail the ship from Dunedin to Queenstown.
Ah, no, I've got millions of the bloody things. We done the Milton track, you know.
Oh, Milford.
Milford track, yeah.
Okay.
My name is Gordon and it's my pleasure to take you around this afternoon. Now we have a plan. What we're going to do is go up and see some deer, some sheep and some cattle. Then I'll bring you down for afternoon tea. After you've enjoyed that, I'll come and collect you and we'll go over to the shearing shed for a couple of demonstrations over there. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Let's go.
A red deer.
Yeah.
A red deer. Christmas trees.
Okay, let's go right in here, folks. This is an interesting sight to see the red stand. Probably a new set of antlers, but it's always also a good time to feed them. Don't want to be fed, who's going to feed them? No one bite? He's holding like that.
Don't feed them.
No, I don't. I won't touch them probably. No touch.
No, they won't touch you unless you feed.
They know already. It's, and that is very...
From the Highlands of Scotland. Is that thought to be one of the oldest domesticated breeds in the world? Yeah.
So where is the sheep?
The sheep, those ones, they came from Spain originally, Spanish Merino. Yeah, and the... But having said that, if they were swinging their head around, you
Dangerous. Young man.
Alistair.
They also eat.
Nice to put your feet on in the morning. Over here with the lambs, so you can feed them as well if you like. a glacier just went through here and gold has never been found on this side of the lake. But the early settlers that came here wanted to farm this land, and that's the first homestead that was built on the property there. As the early settlers would do, they would just build one room and then just keep adding on to it. But it's all built with this stone that you see in the embankment there, which called a schist stone, comes right out of the ground here, so it was an obvious choice to build with. And then by 1912 there was a Scottish family, the Mackenzies owned this property. They're the longest continuous owners, they owned it for 80 years. They come from a place called Ardmore in Scotland, and they built this homestead and called it Ardmore House. But they must have been feeling very prosperous, the farming must have been doing them well, because this was a very isolated property. The only access was via the lake. The roads into Queenstown weren't much, but they imported French tiles for the roof of their house. Now the one we've just come from was rebuilt in 1980 after the original was burnt down. But they're three good examples of early architecture in New Zealand. Now there's a pretty low rainfall area here. What you see down the front of the lake there as you're coming up is the natural vegetation. And yet if we go 20 kilometres up here to the head of the lake, we get close to the dividing range, the rainfall is much heavier and our native forests do really well. But most of these trees about us here are imported trees. Those big ones there in the back, they may well have arrived here as seeds in the pockets of gold miners. There's sequoias there from North America, Douglas firs from Canada, the Lombardy poplars from Italy, and over the other side there's eucalypts from Australia. They're all places that gold miners were coming from. But there's one interesting native tree here. Those of you who have been in the north of the North Island seen the giant kauri trees. This is a baby kauri tree. It's doing quite well right out of its natural zone. It's about 50 years old. Now the kauri timber was very valuable. One of the reasons it was so valuable is that the kauri timber doesn't have knots in it. The reason it doesn't have knots is that this is a small branch, the big ones are the same, they're just sitting on the outside. We call it self-pruning, they just drop off. Not like most trees I know, the branches come out through from the centre, leaves knots in the timber. The kauri timber is clear. The next one there, that is a pretty fine specimen of the ginkgo biloba, the world's most ancient known tree species. And the berries of those often used as a herbal remedy and said to be good for memory loss, but can't remember to take my pills, mate.
Get a branch.
And the European yew down there, the yew tree was the favoured tree in Europe in the days when they used bows and arrows for making the bow with. Also planted a lot around cemeteries.
Yeah.
Said to give evil spirits away. Let's go over.
Oh, it rained. It rained. Oh.
Get out of this!
Little thing.
Come on. Stay. Stay. Get out of it. Get out of it, Bess. Get in. Hey, Bess. Get in. Bess. Come up, Bess. Come up, Bess. Come up. Stay. Come on. Steady. Steady, Bess. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up.
The cut there.
Up there. Up there.
One of them has
Come up. Walk up. Okay.
Bleeding.
Notice she never takes her eyes off the sheep. Steady. Walk up, Piers. Hey. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up, Piers. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up. Steady. Walk up. Stay out. Stay there. Stay. Stay. Get away. Get out of that. Get away. Yes, get away. Walk up. Up there. Come on. Come up there. Walk up there. Come up. Come up. Okay. Come up there. Walk up. Where's the heavy dog working, bud?